Hey, it's me, Josh. Ink a sign. Okay, there we go. Levels are good. I'm trying to reset a password right now. I'm struggling. Tonight, welcome the finale of the Almost Legal Podcast as you know it. And I'm joined with Casey. How do you pronounce your name?
Smeraglia.
Smeraglia.
There you go.
That's a badass name.
It is.
Dude, that's why I have my name's okay, so I have Josh, the most common name of my generation, which is boring as hell. I'm white, Christian, about 6 foot, 6'1", depending on my shoes. My name's Josh. I'm the most insignificant person, but the last name makes up for it. I've made it a personal goal to not settle down until I meet a chick that will allow me to name my firstborn Wolfgang. You think I'm kidding?
It may take a while for that one, man.
Yeah, I know, it sucks. On my Cash App card, it says Wolfgang Amadeus Ink a sign on it.
It's my kind of name.
All right, so slow start here. I'm trying to get the call in. I forgot my password because I'm a moron. Hold on. So tell everybody about yourself. Where are you from? What you do?
Well, grew up in Alabaster, Alabama. Actually went to college with Josh sitting over here.
Delta Iota Kappa.
Now I have the outstanding pleasure of trying to teach government and politics to a bunch of 18-year-olds.
Oh, is that what you do?
Yeah.
What, economics?
Yeah.
I hated my economics teacher in school.
Oh, economics is by far the worst subject you can ever teach or try to learn.
Why is that?
Oh, it's way too many concepts, and you don't actually get to teach what kids actually need to know this day and time.
I thought that was all of high school.
Shit, pretty much.
Like every bit of it.
Pretty much.
The whole curriculum doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't. Mainly because a lot of it's made by a bunch of people that are 80, 90 years old and hadn't been to school in a long time.
Oh, yeah. And it's just the textbooks, especially in college. You spend $225 on a textbook, and they're like, oh, no, that was the old textbook.
Yep.
We got a new one this year.
Yep.
We'll buy it from you for a Charms Blow Pop and a steak dinner. I just kept them. I was like, I'll just eat the $20 you'll give me.
Yeah,
I'll keep it. And I'll be like, I took this class. I didn't pass it, but I took it. I got the book.
I think I still have a storage bin full of all of them. You can't do anything unless you get the freaking disc.
They burn great, son.
Yeah.
We are in a pandemic. Shit's hitting the fan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
A new fear-mongering thing comes out every day. Okay, I'm trying to concentrate and talk. I'm going to make up a password real quick. Okay. Shit, they don't match. My biggest thing I hate more than anything on this planet is when you try to sign in and then you go to replace the password and you do the password you thought it was going to be, and there's like, oh, you can't use the same password. I'm like, wait, I just tried. Like I just tried that shit.
Just do what everybody else does and just throw an extra exclamation point in at the end.
Yeah, that's what I do. Do with my like work.
Yep.
Since you got to change it every I just do the month of when that month and year of whenever the password reset is, plus a money sign.
There you go.
So what have you been doing during this pandemic, my guy? Your years cut short. So as a teacher, how does that change for you?
Well, everything's moved online, so we had the option of either still being able to teach classes via Zoom or Skype or something called Google Teams that they wanted us to try to spend money on.
Hey, who sold that to you?
Oh, good. Nice Bill Gates did.
It's crazy how in just in tuned and like he steps down from Microsoft, yet he finds more financial ventures on a global level.
Yep. You can slide it in anywhere.
Dude, he just sold it to the government, for Christ's sake.
Yep. So trying to do that, keeping that online, or a lot of the work you can just post up and the kids turn it in as they finish it. So a lot of things been cut short, doing things a lot differently.
Wait. So school's still going on?
As of right now.
How are they going to cancel school and be like, "Hey, just kidding, guys.
No,
come on back."
They just moved it all online, unless you don't have, the ability to get the internet or something like that, and you had to go to the school and pick up your physical work to do.
I'm not, because it's a touchy subject when you get to the COVID. Because then you got your people that are like, "What? Open up, dude. People are going to die, my guy." But I'm not saying it doesn't exist. There are those people. The people that are like, "Oh, it's 5G, bro. It's radiation sickness." I was like, well, there's only like 5 countries that have 5G. And there's like, it's pretty, it's worldwide pandemic, right? I don't get it. What, the 6-foot distance?
Mm-hmm.
You got to wear a mask, which I will not wear.
Refuse.
Yet we still use the same credit card PIN pad that's not clean, gas pumps, door handles, items.
Yeah. Oh, one of the best ones.
Someone put them motherfuckers on the shelf.
One of the best ones might be them telling you to wear gloves, and you got people wearing the same pair of gloves all day long, no matter what they touch.
So I had a coupon to Olive Garden. I was going. They had the curbside pickup, and they all had their mask, and they keep, non-essential service people that wear masks. They're not used to wearing masks, so they're constantly touching it.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I feel like that would be like more dangerous to have a mask on, because then you're just sitting on something that's infested with a virus.
Yeah. You got the government telling you to put a mask on. Therefore, it makes you touch your face more, and they're telling you not to touch your face.
Right. So what's the difference of wearing, like, people that, like, I noticed this, they never changed gloves. They just kept running orders out from car to car, same gloves. What's the difference between having gloves on, the same gloves, and just not having gloves on?
Oh, yeah, you're better off at that point than having no gloves and just using hand sanitizer.
I was like, what the hell's going on? Dude, we got this, we bought gallons of this, like, hand sanitizer. This is a manufacturer in Pelham, Alabama. It smells straight like moonshine. Dude, our warehouse guy's, he's borderline alcoholic. So I'm like, "Hey, dude, don't drink this." California COVID study, new COVID study. I'm gonna go over this. All right, if you seen at it was like before one of Trump's press conferences, the White House, one of the mics were hot.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 2 guys talking.
Right, yeah.
That made me look into this. And one, will never know an accurate death total due to COVID. So the severity of it, we don't know. It obviously is a thing. But you combine all, okay, so one, all elective or whatever, I can't think of the word, non-essential surgeries and procedures are postponed.
Right.
That's money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear that hospitals get a $39,000 direct kickback from every COVID death, it's not on the hospitals. Like, I get it. You got a bottom line to make. But how the hell are we supposed to know?
Right.
I saw my favorite meme. It showed a guy was pushed into a wood chipper, COVID death. So, like, we'll never know. Like, we won't know.
No,
so,
if somebody's offering you money to tag it as dying from COVID, hell, I'd tag every single one of them.
Oh, no doubt. Like, oh, shit, he coughed when he came in here.
Right.
COVID. Dude, he's COVID all day, every day. Like, combine all that with this new study that I'm trying to pull up, but I don't have a producer type guy. Brian, come back to me. Come back to me. And I just closed out of it. Son of a bitch. All right, basically, what happened, I want to say it was Stanford. Okay, so when the mics were hot, they were talking about, "Hey, where's your mask?" He's like, don't worry about it. Did you not hear about this study in California where what California's case was like 70-something thousand cases, where they really think it's up to like 200 to 400,000 cases, and 20 to 40% of all those cases were anti-symptomatic, to where like they didn't even show a symptom.
Right.
So it's just like, which brings the death rate down to about 0.5, which is right at where flu is. So you combine that with the other thing and the fact that flu deaths just cease to exist.
The flu took a break this year.
Yeah, like the people are so passionate. They've made this a political statement, like a political argument. Like it's like a Trump. Obviously, Trump's not talking. Like that's what. Oh, he's an idiot. He's doing this. Trump's not going out there just like giving him his opinion. You don't think he's talking to his fucking staff, the doctors? Like, oh, hey, this is cool. What about this? No, it's so dumb. So like when they come out and they're just saying all this stuff, they're like, oh, Trump said that, so no. Like it's so this two-party system we have, which is now an either-or party system. Draw a line in the sand. We're doing this because y'all don't like it. We're doing this because y'all don't like it. It's just tit for tat.
Yeah, it's become a pissing contest pretty much.
That's all it is. All it is. And It's just propaganda at its finest. It's just insane. Like, for example, the one who fed her husband fishbowl cleaner.
Oh, the one that Trump told her to do it?
Yeah. Well, it came out. Have you looked into that?
Yeah, I have.
So it came out where, she trusted Trump enough when he said it that he was that must be legit, right? She used to have koi pond. So her husband, poor guy, he died. Find out she was a Hillary Clinton supporter, financial supporter. She wanted to divorce her husband in 2001, and it got physical. She actually got arrested for domestic violence. Was noted in 2011 that she's still wildly unhappy, and now she's facing charges.
Yeah,
she murdered that sumbitch.
When she gets to prison, she better not speak a word about Hillary Clinton.
So they kept her anonymous. So this shows you the smoke and mirrors that the media plays. And if you say there's not a ideological biasness to the media, you're high as hell. All right. You're probably one of the people that thinks that Trump's scared of Biden. What was I talking about?
Media bias.
Oh, yeah. They kept her anonymous. They obviously knew this.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Crowder called him.
Right.
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that? You know when he bleeped him out? Was like, oh, where are you calling from? You know what he actually said? He said, fuck Phil. And he said when she didn't laugh, he was like, oh, God, this is going to go bad. No, but it blows my mind. Because what was that book they had? And it's crazy because I don't have the following says like Mark Dice. You know Mark Dice? I've been covering stuff, and then I see him covering. I'm like, man, I've been covering that shit. He covered Operation Mockingbird earlier last week. I was like, dude, I've been talking about Mockingbird for a decade. That is my main. If I have one message I want to get across to all you people, is you're being lied to. You're being manipulated. You think it's a coincidence? For example, Facebook, what you're watching this on right this second. The government was developing a thing called like Life Book or something. It's something similar to that. They were working on it for 4 years, right? Facebook goes public. They wrap it in February. Facebook goes, no. They wrap their project up in February. Facebook goes live a month later. You think it's a coincidence? Like it blows my mind. There's so many coincidences. It's insane. Like I still want to look I want someone to look me in the eye and say all of the allegations against Hillary Clinton are just a coincidence. And mean it.
Yeah, never happened.
During the election, I was like, you look at me and you tell me. Every one of them are coincidences?
Look, everybody knows what she did and how she did it. And then everybody knows how she got rid of the emails, but just nobody wants to talk about it.
They smashed. It was open.
Right.
No, what was crazy is what was Gowdy? What's his name?
Yeah,
Gowdy?
Trey Gowdy.
So when he had Comey up there and he was like, okay, so when she said she only used one device, was that true? He's like, no, she actually used a number device, like eight devices actually. Okay, well when she said she provided all the emails, so he's like, no, actually we found like 30,000 emails. Oh, and they were destroying devices with hammers. Then he follows it up with, but we didn't find any wrongdoing here.
Right.
What?
That's normal government procedure.
We saw him pull the trigger. Yes. We saw the guy get shot. Yes. We don't know who did it. I have no idea who the hell it was. And it goes all the way back from when, what's American Made with Tom Cruise?
Right.
That was the Iran-Contra, right?
Yeah.
Guess who was involved with that? Bill Clinton, while he was the governor of Arkansas. Guess what? You know what? So his financial person, his right-hand man, his financial guy, brought it up to him. They destroyed his career.
Of course.
And guess what? The Hall of Records in Arkansas just burnt to the ground.
Yep.
You could tie the Clintons to the freaking 92 Oklahoma City bombing. It was in 92, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Or was that the first World Trade Center? God, I wish I had a producer type guy. Brian, come back to me. Oklahoma City,
Well, everywhere the Clintons have been, there's something that's just been hidden, or there's some kind of just fiasco that's gone on, and everybody just tries to cover it up for them.
Dude, have you seen how much money they've made in speeches in the past?
Yeah, it's unreal.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. I love that there's an episode of, I always bring up Joe Rogan, but I don't really watch him anymore. It was him and, what's that dude's name? Duncan Trussell. They were talking about this exact same thing. And they're like, I wonder if you had enough money, you could get Hillary Clinton to come talk at your house or like a birthday party.
God, you can fork up $800,000.
Dude, go talk. Like, it's like right now, if I go and give a congressman, say I own a business, I go give a congressman $15,000. Well, I'm getting arrested.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if I sell them $200,000 in stock in stock, and they make $300,000-$500,000 profit in a day, completely legal.
It's absolutely okay. It's how screwed up the system
Nancy
is.
Pelosi. That happened like 4 times.
Yep.
Visa, look it up. That's the thing with me. I always get labeled and touted as a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist. One, I don't jump on reptilians. What's your view on the reptilians?
No,
you don't think
it.
Hollow Earth?
No.
Flat Earth?
No. Hell no.
Nibiru, Planet
No.
X? That one's intriguing.
It's very intriguing.
Because look, they brought it up. They're like, hey, we found a planet planet-sized object past Pluto. Then they're like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
We never brought it up again. I'm like, oh shit. Wait, what happened?
Well,
Don't worry about it.
this ancient culture talked about it for what, centuries?
All
and then,
kinds of text.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
in Revelations. You got Wormwood.
Yeah. The Sumerians wrote all about it.
Well, if you look into all of, dude, don't even get me started in science, but most stars, galaxies are bi-star. What the hell am I trying? Twin stars.
You're out of my league on that one.
They're most galaxies are twin starred. They have two twin, and that's how they end up. They're slowly getting sucked into each other, and they become a supernova and blah blah blah. Besides ours,
makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
So the theory is that Planet X is actually a brown dwarf that has an oblong elliptical orbit that goes up here, and it comes. This one dude, I wish I could find it. I had this linked up back in the day. I've covered this before. He went back to all of like Sumerians and biblical times and like all of the cataclysmic events that have happened and logged them, and it links up to this sighting because I forgot which society or time said there was two stars in the sky or 2 moons or whatever, and every 330,000 years it happens. We're due, dude.
Oh yeah,
we're 250,000 years past due of the next cataclysmic event.
Well, the way 2020 is looking, we may be right on our way.
I don't know what to think, dude. We got the murder hornets coming over. Oh, shit. You know, they found one dead murder hornet in Washington State. They're like, we're going to die.
It's an ambush at that point.
They have weaponized. They put lasers on these hornets. They're gonna steal your kids. And they're like, oh well, the biggest fear. And then you get some guy with a British accent that sounds legit. And he's like, well, the biggest fear, they actually feed on bees, which pollinate 2/3 of our crops. Like, oh no, what are we gonna do? And then you saw that video that praying mantis just ripping that some bitch in half.
It.
I'm like, yeah, get out of here. There's one thing I know. I was trying to queue up this meme that I just died out laughing. It's like coming in June 2020. It was a seagull with a shark head.
It's the most terrifying thing that could ever happen. I swear.
Guarantee you that'll be a movie.
Oh, no doubt.
Sharknado.
If Sharknado can work,
How many Sharknadoes they got?
4 or 5, I think.
I'm about to find out. Wish I had a producer type guy. Brian, come back to me. I'm getting to get him back, dude, or get somebody. You know,
definitely need some help.
I know, right? All right, Sharknado film series. So you coach baseball?
Oh yeah.
There's 6.
Greatest sport on earth.
You think so?
I do.
Baseball needs steroids.
It was a lot more. I don't know if enjoyable is the word. A lot more entertaining.
Was that you that posted that Barry Bonds statistic?
Oh, it could be. I post so many stats on there.
I wish I knew what it was. It was insane. It was something about. Oh shit. Damn it, Barry Bonds.
I don't know if I've done any Barry Bonds. I had a lot of Tony Gwynn's.
What's this? Hold on. It was an insane statistic. Damn it. That's going to be very vague. Damn it. Strikeout versus something else stat. I share so much shit. I'm not even going to try to bring it back up.
I'm right there with you.
It was something about. Damn it, man. It was insane. Okay, basically, I'm leading up to this is, what's your view on Barry Bonds?
Oh man, see,
yes, he was taking horse steroids.
I'm kind of biased when it comes to Barry Bonds because I was a huge Mark McGwire fan growing up.
Well, he was taking the same horse steroids.
I know. That's what I'm heading.
Think about baseball in the 90s. It needs steroids, dude.
Oh, if you look at McGwire and Canseco, I mean, they easily put on 80 pounds in one offseason. Everybody knew they were taking it.
Your Honor, I get bigger and faster the older I get. It's just it's genetics, man. I'm gonna try to find it.
You've got all these people that claim he needs to be Hall of Fame. If they don't put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame before him,
that was my next question.
Oh my God,
that's the biggest Travis G to sports, and I don't even know if that's a word. If it's not, that's my Bushianism of the day. What he got in trouble was he wasn't even playing as a coach. It had nothing to do with anything. And you think that it's not the same commissioner?
No,
you think they would just or they carried on. Hey, you know what? Fuck that guy. He's an asshole. He is a dick.
Oh, he is 100%.
I've met him in person. He is an asshole.
There's a big difference between what he did and like what the Black Sox did. I mean, they bet against their team.
1917.
Yeah. Pete Rose. I mean, betting for his team to win.
I thought that guy from The Great Gatsby fixed that.
Oh shit.
I'm just kidding. See, I told you I have pointless. I just can't not remember stuff unless it's gonna make me money. Then I can't remember it for nothing. No, but what was, dude? The UFC. We got the first live event post COVID pandemic.
Finally,
I know. I want to know how many people watched that.
Oh, the ratings have to be unbelievable.
I wish they could track the illegal download, illegal watching. Not saying I watched it illegally. I'm just saying I wish they could.
I'm saying I did.
I haven't recorded that main event, man. Shout out to Justin Gaethje. I was wildly impressed, and there's no way in hell it's this far back, but I'm going to keep going. And it's worth it. The statistic is insane, and steroids does not do this. If I didn't comment, don't you hate when you think you commented on shit and you
oh,
didn't?
Yeah, absolutely. Now you got me curious. I'm trying to find it.
Find it. I want to say it was you.
It probably was because I'm not very original when it comes to Twitter, so I mainly just retweet a bunch of stuff. Oh, it's on Facebook.
I'm not a Twitter person. Now, when I had my my Jewish social media type guy, he ran that shit.
You could run anything you wanted to at that point.
Hell yeah. I was really good at Twitter. I had a bunch of followers and stuff. I was posting regularly. Most of my social... Okay, if you see me on Facebook, I know if you're friends with me, you see I share a lot of shit. But if you see that I'm sharing stuff, that means I'm taking a dump. Not even joking. Like a 100%. So Josh is taking a nice poop.
It turns a 5-minute one into an hour long because you get lost in your phone.
What kills me is back in the day, I used to time it. Because you know how you click on a video and you just scroll through the videos and eventually stop?
Right.
That would be the time. That would be my poop disc. That would be it. I would scroll until I didn't have any more videos. I'm done. But now it's like, oh God, my legs are going numb. I need to stand up.
It's unlimited. You can find anything and look at anything you want to.
It's ridiculous. Actually, you can't find anything.
Uh-oh.
That's censorship, dude. How about the UV thing? Talking about when Trump, they were like, oh, he's telling you to inject bleach into your veins.
Yep, put it right in.
He totally said that and meant it. It's more dumb for you to think the president of the United States, who was talking to doctors, meant that literally, and than him to actually have said it.
The biggest problem is that we have people in society this day and time that automatically think that that's a possible cure to something.
I don't think they do.
That's another argument you could have too.
I don't think they do. I think no one would have even said a damn word about it. And the media is like, dude, he said it.
Yeah.
He said that. They just spin it. Why do you think CNN stopped airing it? That way they can show snidbits and still control the narrative.
They can cut it as they want to.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
The Smith-Muntz Act. You familiar with the Smith-Muntz Act?
I am.
Are you really?
I am.
Huh. No one brings that shit up.
No one brings up a lot of stuff
it's a
anymore.
Pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Pretty much making mainstream propaganda legal again.
Right.
That's my biggest thing. I repeated this 1,000 times. In 2012, on a Friday-ish, back when no one's really watching, Obama was like, yeah, fuck this. Boop, threw it out. Think about media since 2012.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, seriously. It's crazy. How many times... It just blows my mind how many times when Obama endorsed Biden and he claimed that they got a giant propaganda network hinting Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, they do. They have how about 93% of media? What about Vox, Washington Post, New York Times, HuffPo? Should I keep going?
Yeah. Hell, you could go on all night.
Like all of them, that's one thing they did right.
Yeah.
All entertainment, all of media in the palm of their hands. What? You have no proof that the Dems controlled that. Okay, what about what's the girl who fed Hillary Clinton debate questions? It's just, I don't know.
The sad thing is that nobody's actually clear-minded enough to watch, let's say CNN and Fox News side by side. And people this day and time can't even tell that they're being biased one way or another. That's the problem. I mean, everyone knows, or should know, if you're going to watch CNN, it's going to be the hate Trump fest.
No.
If you're going to watch Fox, it's going to be, well, he's kind of doing things right. But hell, you go Washington Post or somewhere, they'll take part of his speech and throw it in. Oh, Trump's trying to kill half the population. He's trying to take out California.
Yep.
And
then you get sad when the most non-biased, credible news, U.S. news, is either BBC or off YouTube.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It
The
is.
Hill. I love The Hill.
Yes.
Have you watch The Hill?
Yes.
They're doing a good job. Damn it, what was I about to say? I was about to make a point. What were you talking about? Right before that.
Oh,
I didn't sleep very well last night. Shit. It was important too. I don't remember. Anyway, what was I about to say?
I don't know. We got off on the media since 2012.
Media. I don't remember. It's not important, I guess. It was important, but I forgot. See, I forget all the important stuff. I'm like Joe Biden. I'm having a Joe Biden moment. Okay, so what about that? So if you haven't noticed, I got my Joe Biden 2020.
It's a little handsy.
He's putting my hands on it. If you want it, I can sell it to you cheap. $11, you can get your own. The sizes run pretty fair. This is actually a little small. Now I'm thinking about it. So just don't even listen to me. But yeah, Joe Biden, all right? I've been calling Joe Biden Creepy Joe for years. If you do, like I said, it's all like everything's public knowledge.
Right.
But no, I know what I was going to say. Boom. Ha-ha. Everything's public knowledge if you're looking for it. But people want to stay in groupthink, and people want to stay in like what they think. Mm-hmm. So like every time I'm dealing with these libtards on Facebook, and they're just firing back with me, and they're like, "Oh, but you watch what's that new conservative news agency? Oh, something. You know what I'm talking about? ON something.
I've seen it. I haven't.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's like, you must watch them or Fox. I'm like, I actually don't. Like, I lean right, and especially with media, because like CNN is just ridiculous.
Yeah, right.
But I only watch CNN because I just like to watch what that is, and then I go and I'm like, okay, they said this. I'm gonna go look and see what actually happened.
Yeah.
Because why would I say, okay, I am like, boom, I hate Trump. Why would I go watch and just hear people say the exact same shit I think?
Right.
Don't think critically.
Watch through some of their segments and then go back and actually watch the full speech of what he gave. It's unreal what they cut out of that and try to tell you that he's trying to say.
Exactly. And no one goes back and watches it. Dude, one thing I just love it. Sometimes I get like, okay, I'm like, okay, you're right. I stand corrected. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
Straight up, we're having an intellectual debate on Facebook. I don't argue. I just like to enlighten people. But when I have my mic drop moments, man, because they're so passionate about it. I'm like, why is people take politics so passionate? They're so just defensive about some candidate they don't know shit about. That's one thing I like about Trump. He's an asshole.
100%.
But he's an asshole in public and he's an asshole in private. He is who he is.
Right.
Any other politician, you don't know who the hell they are. They go up there, read their pre-written shit that basically is the exact same thing the last candidate said. Look at your Democrat. What are you are? Pro-choice.
Anti-gun.
Anti-gun. I don't even know what else they do. What is just crazy shit. Whatever they do. The same thing is copy-paste. You're like, all right, you're going to run on this. None of that affects anything. Then you got like gender-neutral bathrooms. That affects, 0.3% of the population? Right. I don't care about that. Let them do whatever they want. Have I ever told you about the story? I know why I said this. I haven't told you this. All right, so I experienced in Chicago, and I know I'm rambling. I experienced my first gender-neutral bathroom in Boys Town, Chicago.
Oh, man.
First off, we were trying to find bottomless mimosas, right? So we get there, and they have the mimosa fairy. It's a guy in these boy shorts, and he's wearing his backpack with mimosas in it, and the nozzle came in, and it came out of his pee. By his penis. That's how he filled up your cup. So anyway, I go into this bathroom. I was too progressive with it. Because I was like, shit, dude, what do I do? Because they had a trough and stalls. So I was like, do I lock the door? I was like, what do I do? So I didn't lock it. So I was like, it's co-ed bathrooms, whatever. Right. I'm just like pissing, and some girl walks in. She's like, oh my God, you could lock the door. And I was like, I didn't know. I thought we were cool.
Thought it was an open world at this point.
Yeah, man. Dude, I'm a girl. Come on in. I identify as a girl.
Hey, you got away with a bunch of people got away with it. You might as well.
Shit, man. Dude, I identify as a 38-year-old Hispanic man. No, I'm a Native American now. I'm probably more Native American than Warren.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Dude. These people are running for president. The people that work for her staff is working for somebody running for president.
Right.
She took a DNA test that came back at 0.009%, mm-hmm. And they were like, "Yeah, release that. That'll prove it." He's talking shit that you're not Native American. Put that out. That's a brilliant idea. We like this. Let's do it.
Yep.
That happened, and no one said anything. Well, they did.
She's a Democrat. She can get away with it, Josh.
She F Sanders.
Yeah.
And I like how Sanders finally grows up some balls. He's like, I refuse to endorse her as a VP. Look, and now you grow balls, bro. You got Biden not even being able to have a coherent conversation on a scripted interview.
Right. He knows what he's going to say the day before and still can't.
He went MIA for a week and a half setting up his basement study thing. And you think CNN just called him that day and was like, "Hey man, you want to do an interview?" No, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna interview you. Can you be ready like next Saturday or next Friday?"
Right.
And then his staff was like, "All right, here's some things we want you to ask about." And they're like, "Oh, here's some things we were gonna ask you about." So boom, he still screwed up.
My favorite one may be the video of him underneath the table trying to tell him to cut the video.
The three things are simple. Let me go back.
And this past week, he loves throwing intercourse into every one of his speeches for some reason.
He's like, "Oh, you're gonna call me out of my creepiness."
It's not like he has sexual harassment cases.
I might be a little touchy. Oh God,
Democrat.
Poor dude. Poor guy.
Can you imagine a Republican? I mean, just look what Kavanaugh went through from the Supreme Court.
I know.
I mean, they wanted a yearbook to count as evidence against him in a court case.
Have you heard the what's her name? Can't think of her name.
The one that's accusing Biden?
Yeah.
Reed?
Mm-hmm.
Tara Reid?
I don't know where it is. Probably shouldn't be looking through this right now.
Oh, they released stuff today saying that there's now a paper trail.
Oh yeah.
Her ex-husband or recent husband or whatever. Yeah. I mean, there's
when towards there. And he was at first talking to someone. I could see him at a different distance, and then they went away. And then we were in like the side.
Because one, this isn't hearsay. This isn't a journalist going interviewing Stormy Daniels, for example,
right,
and saying, "This is what she told me happened." No, this is coming from her mouth, right? And then in another interview, she was talking about how her mother called Larry King and said something about it.
Right.
They found this is a CNN show, correct? Mm-hmm. They have the archive, right?
Right.
An independent researcher like me or you goes and finds it, makes it public on Google Play, because it's pretty much a daily show, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only episode missing.
Of course it is.
But that's not the sneaky thing. One, they're not affiliated with Google, so CNN's not technically on there, but it does show you the cabal.
Mm-hmm.
Not only the fact that it was deleted, the sketchy part is the numbered episodes. It goes, 155, 156, 157. You see the date skip, but the number doesn't. So that means they deleted it, went back and renumbered all of the episodes.
Of course. Look, the cover up the Democrat Party has had going on for past 30 years.
Well, they did not expect Trump to win.
No.
They illegally. Okay, look. Once again, the number 22nd time I've said this. In my lifetime, it will come out that the Obama administration will be one, if not the most corrupt administration in a U.S. history. Oh, what are you talking about, Josh? He's our saint and savior. He's like Voldemort. You cannot talk shit about that man.
Oh, no.
All this shit you hear coming out with Flynn, with the FISA documents, no one's mentioning Obama. But guess what? He was in charge.
They've got evidence of it.
They have evidence of it easily. Boom.
Won't be talked about.
Open documents. Go look it up. The FISA documents. It lets you know that they legally spied using government assets on a political opponent. One, with the sole thing allowing them to do it is being the Steele dossier after they found out that it's not credible and it was paid for by the Clinton campaign. And it was a copy paste from a Washington Post article written with just names changed, basically. Then you find out that they use these queries and they're not even having government officials looking at our data. They have independent contractors going through your information. Your information. It's crazy.
It is.
Not even getting into his $65,000 worth of taxpayers' money to get succulent hot dogs.
Look, Nixon had to resign for way less. Look, Watergate is a drop in the bucket compared to something like this.
Pretty much.
I mean,
I feel like Nixon did some other shit.
Oh yeah, probably.
Think about him and dude, LBJ, dude. He was a piece of shit. What, he was facing 3 manslaughter charges and he pardoned himself?
Yep.
How the hell can you do that?
The power of the presidency, my friend.
But that can't be like, he just killed a guy. Yeah, but he's the president. Yeah, but he's Tom Brady. Honestly, if Tom Brady, say he's still a patriot, if Tom Brady shot somebody in Massachusetts, how hard would it be for that police officer to be like, oh shit?
He'd get away with it. They'd frame somebody in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Like, what's that? Dave Chappelle. I've listened to that bit. It was Killing Them Softly. He was talking about, he's like, I'm scared of cops. He's like, even if someone broke into my house, that's a good time to call the cops. He's like, I don't live in a big house, but they never believe I live there. They come and be like, oh, he's still here. It's like, I saw this when I was a rookie. Apparently this guy broke in and hung up pictures of his family everywhere. It's like, let's sprinkle some crack on him. Get out of here. Racist. Harkey, am I racist? What makes you a racist?
Oh, be a Republican.
Don't you love it?
Oh yeah.
The Republicans, if you're a Democrat, you're a socialist.
Oh.
If you're a Democrat talking to a Republican, you're a racist, homophobic, Nazi.
Oh, absolutely.
Fascist.
Yep. Which doesn't even go together because they hated each other.
I know. my main point, I've actually called people out in public because they'll come. Like I said, I'm not that big of a Trump supporter, but obviously if I had to pick a side, I would pick him. And I've gone through 3 hats now because a couple of them got stolen. I wear a Trump 2020 Make Liberals Cry Again hat. And I wore them in Chicago. And surprisingly, New Orleans is one where it got ripped out of my head. I was at Red Dress Run.
I wouldn't have guessed that one.
But no, I just wear it just to trigger people. Yeah. Like, I went on a date once with this one girl. She's bleeding heart. Like, we were in Nukes, and they had he was probably in high school. He was wearing a Make America Great hat. And she was like so triggered by it. We had to switch seats so she couldn't see him.
Wow.
I'm like, are you shitting me? Are you kidding me right now? That triggered you that? And she's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And every time I hear somebody say he's racist, I'm like, show me or give me some proof and I'll believe you. Like, I am not confrontational. Like I said, I like to enlighten people. I might come out as like passive aggressive, but like I'm legit. Like, you tell me, give me examples why he's racist, and I will.
Yeah, that's like all the people. When he won the primary, everybody tried to say he was sexist, and then he had proof that he hired more women than anybody in the United States. Right. Had more of them in leadership roles.
You tell me one racist fact about him,
and business skirt, but I wasn't.
You tell me one racist fact about Trump, and I'll give you 10 facts that shows he's not.
Right.
What about the time where that guy, he had a flat tire on his way to work one day, and this guy pulled over and helped change his tire. Mm-hmm. He found out his information and paid off his mortgage.
Yeah.
My favorite is when they would have, let's see, Lil Wayne was one, Floyd Mayweather, where you get these radio talk show hosts that are like trying to set them up like, oh, here's gonna be another soundbite of a famous person talking shit about Trump. So they like softball question, like ready for him to be like, oh yeah, he's a racist. And then they just go like, he's like, nah. No one thought he was racist until he ran for president.
That was about to be my next point. Everybody loved the guy until he decided to run for president.
And everyone's like that.
Yeah.
It's every time. Like, it kills me. I'm like, am I the only one seeing this? Like, it's like we're in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah. When the guy was on TV every day running his own show and becoming a billionaire, everybody loved the guy. All of a sudden he wins an election. The election's rigged. He cheated. The Republicans suck. They're all racist, sexist, everything in between.
The Republicans cheated. I love it. And then I go, okay, how about we go to the verifiable facts on who actually cheated?
Right.
Get out of here. Get out of here with that bullshit. Don, what do you think about this? I'm really good at searching stuff. What do you think about this statement?
Oh, gosh.
9 minutes. I don't think it's going to be that long, right? This has got to be it, though.
More than 1 million a test gets a test. The president said just moments.
Deaths, not cases
that are needed. So,
with more and more Americans getting sick and more Americans dying, he is longing to get back to crowded campaign rallies. Boy, oh boy, passion. By the way,
here goes this statement.
What is it about President Obama that really gets under your skin? Is it because he's smarter than you? Better educated? Made it on his own? Didn't need daddy's help? Wife is more accomplished?
I don't think he had his dad.
No.
Better looking? I don't know. What is it? What is it about
Better
him?
looking. Whoa.
If he
He's a black
aids
man
his
that's
son,
accomplished,
he's an
became
asshole.
president.
Yep.
Oh, wait, he's homosexual. Never mind. You can't have... But
And he punked you
here's
on
a
the
scientific fact. Butt babies
birth
don't
certificate
exist.
thing. What is it about him? Just wondering.
Did you bring up... Okay.
So you mean to tell me everybody that is more educated?
Well, one, where's the
this-
proof that Obama was more educated? than
Right.
him?
I mean, this.
He never finished his first term as a senator.
No.
He just stumbled upon a great... Okay, this is well, he's mixed. They only claim the successful ones, like
Yeah.
Tiger Woods. Literally, like I know people who were like, he's, and we're talking about, oh, he's black. Oh, he's barely caramel. But if he was like winning championships, we're like, oh yeah, he's black.
Yeah, this.
I've
look,
been with a black girl before. She was mixed, but I used the Obama clause because he's mixed. They call him black, so I'm like, okay, I've been with a black girl before.
Look, the man lucked into politics at the absolute right time.
He was a good speaker.
He was.
He was good speaker.
He absolutely was. But there's been a lot of great speakers that have just absolutely
You know who
turned
else
to be
was?
shit. Adolf Hitler was
Adolf
one of the
Hitler, he
greatest.
used to jizz himself.
Yeah.
He legitimately would jizz himself during his speeches. He was that, what's the word I'm looking for? Narcissistic?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, though. I love it when my mom used to work. Okay, my dad works at Redstone.
Mhm.
My mom used to work there. She used to work in the Von Braun Center. Well, Von Braun Center is, he's one of the Nazis they brought over in the Operation Paperclip. And they were like, oh, he was just a scientist working under the thumb of Hitler. He's just a scientist, just a lonely scientist. No, he was a Nazi.
Mhm.
They used to hang, the two slowest Jews.
He was a very, very outspoken Nazi.
Oh, very, yeah. So it was what crazy is, if you look in, there's this documentary, it's called Follow the Money. And it's basically showing you, because World War I just happened. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Nazis just have unlimited resources.
Yep. The rest of Germany is absolute shit.
Well, guess what? Herbert Walker Bush, which is GW's granddad, basically single-handedly funded the Nazi campaign. A lot of people did. The Bank of London did. So the iconic shot down the railroad tracks into Auschwitz, when they're talking about it, that was American money.
Oh, yeah. There is a lot of, now they're considered Fortune 500 companies that had
IBM.
stock and money in the Nazi party.
IBM.
Yeah.
AT&T. Guess who? AT&T provided state-of-the-art telecommunications for all of the concentration camps. I honestly, before this morning, I got a phone call from a friend. I was like, why are they calling me so early? And somehow we got into that. And I was like jokingly talking about, what do you think about the conspiracy theory that the Holocaust never happened? And like, I was bringing it up as like a joke, and I was just like talking about it. Was there 6 million? Okay, you teach it. Was there 6 million? Is that total deaths, like war, or is that the total prisoner of wars and Jews?
No, that was Jews. 6 million Jews.
So as I was talking about it, I was like, this doesn't seem plausible. Like, okay, maybe, like, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I feel like the numbers might be skewed. Because I did the math. What is it, about a 5-year span?
Yeah. Yeah, roughly.
So 6 million. That's, what? I forgot what it came to. 1.2 million deaths per year. And I don't know how many, I I broke it up evenly. Well, there's like 5 major concentration camps, which brought it down to about 657,000 deaths per year, which is about, it was 657. Hold on. Why don't I just pull up the calculator? I told you I remember numbers, but that's too many for me. All right, 6 million divided by 5, right? It's 1.2 million. Okay. Divided by 5. I think there's only 4 major ones, and a lot more were active, but it's 240,000. And then what do I do? Divided by 365. Yeah, 657 murders a day. So that's, I can't wrap my head because they use them as labor, right?
Right.
And they didn't get all 6 million immediately. They were like, okay, tomorrow we're going to have 6 million Jews in prison right now.
Yeah, it's not like they all of a sudden put every Jew in Europe.
Right. So as I was like joking around about this, I was like, how? That doesn't make any sense. 657 people killed a day. Mm-hmm. So what would they do? Getting like a cruise ship full of Jews daily?
Well, look,
killing some of them and using some of them?
The craziest thing is...
That just doesn't seem plausible to me.
The numbers being floated around in the U.S. before we even got in the war was higher than that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were talking about the complete extinction of Jews in Europe.
But did you see the point I'm trying to make?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not discrediting, but just like I can't wrap my head around that. That's just saying we're evenly splitting these kills up, right? Because there's war going on.
Right.
One, they're, like I said, using these people for labor. They're having, how many fronts were they at that point? Like, what? They had Russia. They spread themselves too thin.
They were already playing on their 2 fronts.
So all of that.
Yep.
Yet they have the time to go get daily at average 700 Jews.
Yeah. And see, I 100% agree with you. A lot of the stuff that doesn't get talked about is they had 2 phases before they decided to go to concentration camps.
Right. If they would have waited 5 to 6 years longer, we would probably be speaking German right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
they had jet planes.
Yeah.
They had fleets of jet fighters. Well, not fighters.
They were shooting rockets into England that nobody knew about.
Yeah, the V2.
Yep.
That's why Werner von Braun was target number 1. And coincidentally, the space race, you know why there was a space race? You know who was Russia's space person? Werner von Braun's number 2. Then he died of a heart disease, and that's when they went.
Yep.
Did we go to the moon?
No. It hurts me as a history teacher to say no. But I firmly do not believe that we ever made it to the moon. I think that when Sputnik went up, we quickly realized how bad we were losing to the Russians when it came to that. And we all of a sudden had to scramble and put something together to try to, quote unquote, win the Cold War.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
I mean, because there's been all kinds of stuff documented. We were nowhere near that kind of technology.
Not even.
And all of a sudden, a year later, we're landed on the moon.
What I do is I use their own narratives against them. Mm-hmm. For example, Neil Armstrong, he replaced a guy who was openly skeptical towards NASA, saying, we can't even launch a rocket. How the hell are we going to put someone on the moon?
At that point, they couldn't get it off the ground.
Right. He died in a training module that had 14 times the oxygen it was supposed to have in. It just blew up. Right? So their argument to saying, okay, we got from this shitty place to putting people on the moon so fast is because the vast amount of money put into this program, right? Yet when they go for the telemetry data, they're like, hey, where's the telemetry data? All right, 1 second. 4 years later, they come back. All right, here's the deal. We had a shortage of tapes, and we taped over them. This isn't days of our lives. Okay, what happened to the vast amounts of money, but we can't find damn tapes?
Yeah, arguably one of the greatest moments in your country's history, and you tape over it.
See, Chris, the guy who just did the podcast with me, he's a NASA fanboy. And he tries to tell me that. He goes, maybe they didn't realize how important it was. I'm like, bro.
You just made it.
I was like, here's my argument here. Say we have a bunch of chemicals and little vials and shit, and I'm just throwing stuff in there, and I cure cancer. And they're like, holy shit, you cured cancer. Whoa. What'd you do? And you're like, I have no idea. I can't do it again. I just kind of just did it. Is that the greatest feat ever if I can't repeat it?
The thing is, you were trying to beat your number one enemy in the world at that time. You want to have video proof of that.
Yeah.
To show to everybody.
No one knows about the sketchy shit.
No.
No one knows that the grainy bullshit pictures that you got, it was one... Oh, it was the technology at the time. No, they weren't allowed to. Yeah. They weren't allowed a direct feed.
And how the flag was moving.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Literally, I give them the benefit of the doubt. Look, they weren't allowed a direct feed. They were allowed to film a screen that was showing the direct feed at Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt of the flag. It was only moving when he was touching it. Okay, fair. When sound doesn't travel in space. When he was hammering on, you heard it. Yeah. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It traveled up his sleeve into his microphone. Okay. What about the one where the dude was nowhere? He was just hanging out, and he done the thing and just threw it, and it hit the damn lunar module, and you heard bang.
Right.
Uh-oh. No matter what we say, all of it can be summed up with, we went to the moon, but the footage is fake. So that's why I'm like, I don't think we went. Because it's the only time in human history technology went backwards.
Right.
Like I said, I like to use their narratives against them. When they're pushing it, they go, when they're like trying to flex their dick, and they're like, we sent people to the moon with no more technology that's in that calculator over there. Yet now they're like, well, we did have the technology, but we lost it. It's a painful process to grow it back. Whoa. Excuse me. I have a cell phone. I can do literally anything I want. I can look at my head from space. This wasn't even a figment of your imagination. The technology wasn't even thought of. The device was kind of thought of, but the technology, the satellites, the freaking triangulating your position, GPS wasn't even invented.
No.
That's what blows my mind. You know how many things worked and had to work perfectly, that worked perfectly simultaneously on Apollo 11?
Oh, hell, they had to be at 100% to get everything to work right.
One, the lunar module never was successfully flown prior to that mission. Two, no aircraft has ever successfully flown on the first attempt in human history. It happened twice that trip. Two, go back to the GPS, which was invented in 1982. I get how mathematically you can be like, okay, if we leave it, this perfect amount of time, because they got old dude floating up in orbit that was going to meet up with him. And if you've seen the footage, and I'm showing you this footage, this is the most ludicrous bullshit. And people that say, well, it'd be harder to fake the moon landing than actually going, is the dumbest shit I've ever seen or heard in my entire life. Lunar Apollo 11 takeoff from moon. All right. I want you to look at this, and you tell me that it's harder.
Roger, we've lost data right now, but we'd like aft Omni, please. Okay, coming up on 40 seconds in, we're going. Coming right over top of Camelot. Yeah, I'm going to get the Pro. 99, proceeded, 3, 2,
Look
1.
at this. Most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's great CGI I go into.
Are you shitting me? That was the footage, my guy.
It's over.
Woohoo! And they're just floating off into space, hoping old dudes out there to meet them. That's the point I'm trying to make. How do they know they're going to...
30 seconds.
GPS didn't exist.
308 your number.
No, this is...
Because think about this.
And 8 dot looks good.
Think about this. You got the moon, which is allegedly 238,900 miles away from the Earth. All right? You can't see that. All right, hold on. Here's the moon. You got old Buzz Neal over here, and I don't even know this dude's name. He's orbiting. They're going to take off and meet this homie in orbit, right? Where and how the hell do they know where he's at?
They're going to.
You get what I'm saying?
Him. Oh, absolutely. I'm right there with you.
Because if GPS didn't exist, how the hell does Houston know where the fuck they are?
Right. And there's scientists at that time that were in Houston that'll tell you that they were nowhere near the capability of doing any of that.
No.
And
Look at the 2 episodes ago, I showed you 3 examples of modern astronauts saying that we don't have the technology to leave low Earth orbit. Think about it. From 1969 to 1972, we allegedly went 240,000 miles away from this planet. Since that day, 1972, we haven't been over 450 miles. It's 405, but I rounded
If you had
up.
the technology, you'd be doing it at least once a year, if not more.
Why not?
I mean,
We waste so much money. No one
Right.
gives a shit.
No,
We're the big kid on the playground. No one's going to do shit to us.
we're going to defund NASA and take all their stuff away, but we'll ship millions of weapons over to Syria.
Defund NASA. Get out of here. They still get $2 trillion. Dude, we spend, I don't even know. There's no telling how much money we spend.
Oh, no.
The public budget for the military is 600 and something billion annually.
There's so much stuff that's not on the books. It's not even funny.
But it was smart to go Space Force.
Yeah.
If you want to get shit done, you militarize it.
Right.
They get unlimited budget.
Yeah. You're guaranteed to get the same amount of funding, if not more.
Yeah. I don't know. All of space blows my mind. There's like 3 pictures of the planet, yet they're going to tell me that 2 light years away in a nearby galaxy there's an Earth-like planet. How the hell do you know this? 90% of our own oceans are undiscovered.
Right.
Yet you're going to tell me that 2 light years away, we can't even get to the moon, yet we're going to say, oh, there's a life like Earth to give us just a dick tease?
We've got a rocket that can go millions of miles in space and take the pressure of space, but we can't go thousands of feet deep in the ocean.
Right.
It'll turn into a tuna can.
Didn't that blow your mind how there's like fish that can do that?
Oh, yeah.
Just kills. Hurts my head. I can't think about it. Oh, man, it just drove. What do you think about, do you think that there's like Megalodon, all that crap?
I don't. You know, for some reason, something tells me if things like that were still around, we would find it. I mean, something that damn big, you're going to see it. It's going to be spotted somewhere. Now,
you say that.
Yeah. But like you said, there's 90% of the oceans we haven't even discovered yet. So
does that just blow your mind?
Yeah. I mean, you're living on a planet. You've got all the technology in the world. Can't figure out a way to discover all the oceans.
Because that's just like, that's what people like. There's people that's what they do.
Yeah.
And then you hear about these people that like hide bodies, and just some guy was like, yeah, I'm just going to wander off over here. And they just find this body in the middle of nowhere. And you're like, how the hell did you even find that?
Right.
I don't know, man. I was looking for my drone.
Yeah, I was down there scuba diving for seashells.
Yeah.
Found a couple bodies.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you just get 90%. That's why in the Bible it says that we'll have no oceans in heaven. It says because it's basically the definition of mystery.
Right.
Well, one thing cool that Chris did bring, he had the newspaper from July, whatever, 1969. He had the newspaper when they took off and the newspaper when they landed. The one thing that blew my mind about that was the prices of the TVs. Dude, I was looking. I was like, dude, it's like $900 for a 32-inch TV.
Oh, yeah, that you can't even see anything
I was like, Lord Jesus.
The pixelation on those bad boys. Woo.
All right, so I brought up the cataclysmic events possibly happen. If you could say what is, and we're not fear-mongering. I'm just saying, like, based off historical text, based off of probability of things, what do you think would be or is going to be our downfall? Do you think it's going to be Yellowstone? Do you think meteor?
As much as I don't want to say this, because we just went through this fear in like January, I honestly think it's going to be World War III.
It's going to be us.
It is. It's the man is going to be the downfall of man.
I really think, okay, look, I don't think, I'm not like a Q guy, you know, the Q.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen when, like, say he does get reelected and like nothing happens? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I get it. That's probably what's going to happen.
Right.
But if I get 1 or 2 arrests, like if Pelosi or like, dude, if Obama, I would jizz on my pants if Obama got arrested somehow. But people would be so triggered, saying like, "Oh, they were so unbiased," and then like the next president will pardon them.
Yeah, the next Democrat.
You know what I mean? Because it's like that's their Jesus.
Yeah,
that's their biracial Jesus.
Hitting the Skeletor Nancy Pelosi.
Dude, and conspiracy theories that I jumped on like years ago are like making mainstream now, like Michelle Obama being a tranny.
I haven't heard that one, to be honest.
You haven't heard that one?
I have not.
You know Joan Rivers?
Yeah.
You know she died? She died of malpractice in the surgery. 2 months later, before that, TMZ was interviewing her. She was walking in her apartment. She's like, hey, who do you think will have our first gay president or our first female president? And he's like, what are you talking about? We already have our first gay president. And he's like, you calling Obama gay? He's like, yeah, Michelle's a tranny. Everyone knows it. She dies 2 months later. So then you got people coming when she's dancing on Ellen. There's like YouTube videos like, look, that's a dick. Like, look, hiding a dick might be hard as a first lady. But one thing we do have due to the hacked emails is that Obama got paid $65,000 worth of taxpayers' money on succulent hot dogs. Jeez. Which is code, common code for male prostitutes. Right. Hold on, I gotta put Obama. I gotta show proof. 65,000. That's 64. $65,000. That's $1,000 for hot dogs. Hot dogs email. I know I'm breathing into the mic. Just ignore me. I forgot my pop filter. Oh, damn it, Snopes. Did they say no? False. I've read this email. Okay, hold on. I want to go back to that. Go to the email. Oh, what do you know? There's the email. I think Obama spent about $65,000 of taxpayers' money flying in pizza dogs from Chicago for a private party at the White House not long ago. Assume we were using the same channels. Have you read the Podesta emails?
I have read some of them.
Dude, the Pizzagate thing? That's scary, bro. Look, I feel so bad, dude. I think I ruined my coworker's life. Uh-oh. Like, they called me tinfoil hat. I finally was like, you know what? Let me show you a few things. So I showed him Pizzagate. Dude, he's deep, dude. Dude, he was like, dude, if this COVID thing ain't legit, bro, like, I might get a divorce. Like, he like got his money taken out of his bank. Like, man, I was like, fuck. He's like deep, dude. But hey, I'm just like, hey, man, I'm just trying to make you think critically. Right. The fact, how fast, that's so scary. You familiar with Pizzagate? Yeah. Okay. How fast they shut that shit down? Oh. It is. And they were like, watch, I guarantee Pizzagate. Debunked conspiracy theory, first one. Oh, I'm looking up images. Anatomy of fake news scandal. From rumor to hashtag to gunfire in DC. Guess what? So the guy came. Okay, so Alex Jones talks about this pizza person, which is Alefantis, who owns Comic Ping Pong Pizza in Washington, D.C. That's all he is. His gay lover was the Media Matters dude, but that's, whatever. He was voted like top 9. He was like number 9 most influential person in DC as a pizza person. Okay, so that's weird. Yeah, that's very weird. And dude, I shit you not. Remember what we were talking about before we started recording? Mm-hmm. No matter what conspiracy you get, and I'm so glad I brought this up because I saw this not too long ago and I was like, no fucking way. No matter what conspiracy theory you go down, the same little weasels are always at the bottom. It all funnels down. Why the F was James Alefantis in a family photo with the Rothschilds? I got to show you now. I got to show you this. Brian, I need you. I'm never queued up. I don't even know how to spell that. James, come on. Oh, sweet. You saw that shit? Rothschild. Oh, look at this shit. Picture. You saw that shit, dude? It's like Google knows me. It's like, I know where you're going. There it is. Look at this. Doink. Oh, man, I wish I could show you this. Oh, no, go back. There he is. Oh, God. James Alefantis. There's the Rothschilds. Who's the Rothschilds, Josh? Probably they're not on the richest people list because their worth isn't, or their net worth isn't centralized as one. It's split up by each family member, but each family member is like billionaire. Oh yeah. They're basically in control of all major banking. Right. And I looked into this. I saw a map. It showed the countries. This was in Obama's administration. It showed the countries that didn't have a Rothschild-based bank? Cuba, Afghanistan, Syria. What was the other one? And guess what? We made up with Cuba.
Right.
Guess what? ISIS came out of nowhere. We're going in Syria. Guess what? We've controlled Afghanistan since 2001. I was like, holy shit, man, this is weird. This is weird coincidence. Once again, coincidences. Is it weird? Is it weird that we backed out of Iraq but didn't Afghanistan? And Afghanistan just happens to be what? Pre-2001 at an all-time low of less than 9% of the world's opium supply. We roll in, and up at, as of 2015, it was responsible for 93%. Yep. You think it's a coincidence? You think it's a coincidence? It's one of the most plentiful outputs of lithium. Guess what's big now? Hybrids, lithium batteries.
There is always some reason for the United States getting involved somewhere. And it's never going to be for the good of people.
Look at every war.
Because we can claim, it's for the good of democracy.
No, it's not.
We can't even run democracy right. Right. The hell, war got us out of the Great Depression. Yeah. It's the only reason we got out of it.
But we knew about Pearl Harbor a month ahead of
Roosevelt
time.
did it way before.
We needed a way and a reason to go in.
Congress was not going to let him in.
And it's happened. It's rinse and repeat. History will repeat itself. Yet, the number one reason people were like, I don't believe in conspiracy theories, our government would never do it. No, they have done it.
Yeah.
They will do it. And they will try to do it. One, Gulf of Tonkin, like I said, completely fake attack, never happened. Sole reason we went to Vietnam. Pearl Harbor, we were said, hey, there's an imminent attack. Yet they just left that severely undermanned and unstaffed or whatever in Pearl Harbor because they needed a reason. Operation Northwoods, they were like, all right, we need to get into war. What, at this point, we're in 1960?
Yep.
So like, oh, shit, we haven't been in a war in a while. Well, Cuba's down there.
Yep.
Let's go. Okay, so let's dress up some guys as Cuban exiles and just go shoot up a mall somewhere. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Nope. That was signed off by the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Yeah. You have to find a way to make the world safe for democracy.
Yeah. The best thing is, this is, and it's still coming down now, the Russian boogeyman, to stop the spread of communism.
Yep.
How many times you've heard this?
Oh my gosh.
That was one, in those documents, the one guess on why they allowed Hitler and the insane amounts of Germans in Argentina to stay down there. It was because they would stop the spread of communism from the South. Because look, have you seen Hunting Hitler?
I have.
Did the vast amount, the insane amounts of communities where the primary language is German in Argentina is just insane.
There are towns that are literally set up like Berlin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
like, now you're a conspiracy theorist, dude. Okay, why don't you go contact Russia and ask about the remains they have?
Yep.
Oh wait, it's middle-aged women. No one talks about that.
Oh, they just decided, Hitler's dentist said that it's him. We'll go with that.
Yeah. I remember that. I put that filling in there.
Yep.
Okay. Let's just say Hitler killed an excessive amount of Jews, okay? Throw out the Jew killing. Do you realize how influential Hitler was on mankind as a whole?
Oh, my. Look, I'll tell people to this day.
First time anabolic steroids was used for personal gain. Meth, jets, intercontinental ballistic missiles. What else they use? They use all kinds of shit.
Oh, hell, our modern day Air Force is based off Hitler's ideas.
Do you think it was because they reverse engineered a UFO? What's your view on UFOs?
There's got to be something else out there. There has to be.
I agree. But the UFOs don't make sense.
No. There's...
Well, you know what does?
What's that?
The reason why? Because my thing is, okay, so there's all these different types of UFOs, right? That means there's different races of it. Because if you go to Project Blue Book, public knowledge, CIA, FBI vault, why are they all just like totally like, oh, we got to keep our identity secret? Why? Well, there's not one that's like, hey, what's up, motherfucker? Woo! You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, but my thing is, space is ever expanding, right? So even if we had a craft that could go the speed of light, we could still never travel. Because if we're trying to get from point A to point B, it's so far, even at light speed, it'll be like God knows where by the time you get there.
Right.
So basically, if a UFO gets here, that means they can bend space and time.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, because it's not like they were just traveling through space for a million years.
There's two theories that it's interesting to me. One, the reason they keep themselves secret is because it's us from the future. And we don't want to blow up the space-time continuum, dude. Two, they're drones.
I could see that one. I really could.
And they go, so they don't live a lifetime. They just send fake people.
Right.
And that's what you get those weird little bodies.
Yeah.
They're little robots.
Oh, yeah.
It's just crazy that it's just like I said, it's just like I'm living in a Twilight Zone because they use the same shit over and over and over again. Go back to the Roswell, New Mexico, the UFO crash.
Cover up.
The initial news article says flying saucer, bodies recovered. Immediately redacted. It's like, oh, it was just a weather balloon. Took a picture.
Yep.
The Battle of L.A. Isn't that what it was?
Yeah.
They had this light over L.A. They shot at it for like 20 minutes with like artillery rounds. Never even budged it. They're, oh, it was just a weather balloon. Weather balloon. Why was it a damn weather balloon? It just blows my mind. They use the same shit. They're, oh, it was just a weather balloon.
Yeah. Military exercise.
But so here, people's thinking it's like modern technology and everything going on. They're like, oh, it's so hard with all this stuff, and everyone has a unlimited access to unlimited information. How are they going to get away with anything? They don't try to hide anything anymore.
No.
Like if you want it, you can find it.
Oh, yeah.
What they do is now misinformation.
Yep.
Say there's a conspiracy. It's valid. There's got a valid conspiracy. Like, shit, that's true. They go throw out countless parallel conspiracy theories that are ludicrous. That muddies the water, so you don't know where they end, and then those get tossed into it.
Yeah, it's genius, to be honest with you. But it's the way the government's worked in the United States since the end of World War I.
Exactly, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
And then the media, they control the media.
Mm-hmm.
The media will bring it up, and then they just wash it. So you got it's just I don't even know.
Listen, every time one of these pandemics or epidemics have popped up, there's always been something else going on in the world. All right, the Ebola. When Ebola was taking over the world,
they wanted that shit to be bad,
right? And then all of a sudden, Ebola didn't stick. We went to Zika. You know, mosquitoes were going to just ruin the world. I mean, all this stuff, and now all of a sudden, you're rolling into a president that half the country can't stand, who thinks he's racist and everything else.
You would think that, right?
Yeah.
No, you would think everyone hates his ass.
Yeah. You would.
I don't think it is. I think there's a lot of closeted people that don't want to get the ridicule because because all they see on the media. If you watch the news, you'd be like, fuck, dude, no one likes this asshole.
Yeah. It's because you can't come out as a Trump supporter without being deemed a racist.
Well, if you want to get a valid point across, you can't.
No.
That's one reason I say I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not, like I said, I'm not technically like a Trump supporter, but like if I even mention that I support something he says, immediately shut you off.
Right.
You can't get to him.
Right.
Like I'm just trying to make you think. Like, get out of your own little bubble. Like, think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Please, for the love of God, think for yourself for one.
Like, I bring valid points up, and, like, they just immediately... Like, the video I was about to play of Reed telling her count. I just posted it. Right?
Yeah.
In this comment feed. They immediately came in, what about the 23 allegations against Trump? I was like, oh, they all coincidentally just disappeared after he got elected.
Right. Every time you can try to put any just miniature cosm of evidence up there, something's automatically wrong on the other side.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean,
I was like, no, but literally, my comment was, and
yeah,
I was like, yeah, that's fucked up. But did you not watch the video?
Yeah,
it's like, oh, he killed a guy, but he did too.
The man could cure cancer, and he would be the most evil.
Why didn't he do it sooner?
Right.
If you're the greatest, dude.
Yeah. That's the problem going on right now with COVID. He can't cure it, so he's the worst president we've ever had.
It's so stupid.
I mean, it is.
Oh,
absolutely.
I even typed that in. The new press secretary, dude.
Oh.
Did you see that mic drop, man?
Yes.
I'm about to play it. drop kick my microphone here.
I think one of the greatest things I ever saw was the comment on it was Harvard Law versus dumbass reporter.
Right. Oh, remember I said that mic drop moment that I said I love? I was talking about something. Basically, this guy was saying with a straight face, I assume, I could see him typing like, oh, I hate my life. He goes, the media isn't biased. Trump is just lies so much that they have to counter his lies.
Wow.
So I go, 93% of news coverage of Trump is negative.
Yep.
And he goes, yeah, bullshit. And he said, I'd like to see you prove that. Pony up, big boy. I was like, okay. No, but no, I even in parentheses said it was 93% negative based off a Harvard study. He said, I'd like to see that study. Pony up, big boy. I just literally here, I'll show you what I got. 90.
You can't watch TV today and not see something negative about him. I mean, I don't know how you can argue against that kind of statistic.
All right, so I sent study. 91% of the recent network Trump coverage has been negative. In a Harvard study, media has been largely negative on Trump. I sent him all of these. And I was like, better yet, here's one from Harvard's website. Here you go. Never responded.
Of course not.
I was like, come on, man.
Once you
this
see
is the
facts,
first one. Washington Examiner. Harvard study. CNN, NBC, Trump coverage 93% negative. I sent him that one first. And then I sent one from the Harvard website. I can't find it. I think this is it. But yeah, no.
It's gotten completely out of control. I mean,
all right, I got to read the scopes for the hot dog thing. Did President Obama once spend $65,000 on hot dogs? I guarantee it's false because they specifically headlined it with hot dogs. Remember, it said hot dogs and pizza.
Right.
No, they also bought pizza. I guarantee that's what it is. I guarantee it. False about this. Do not reply. Make up your mind. Hot dog code for male prostitutes, or does hot dog simply refer to a food item? In January 2019, President Trump was criticized for serving items from the hot dog. You know that they fake. Okay, you know how they say Trump has lied 10,000 times?
Right.
And like that's supposed to be some wild thing.
Mm-hmm.
When he had that, when the McDonald's thing, they said it had a stack of burgers a mile high. They fact checked that.
Of course they did.
I guarantee you, they fact checked. It was not false. It was not a mile high. Get the hell out of here. What the hell? None of this has to do with anything. Published by, in bold, WikiLeaks, which has never had to redact anything they've published.
Nope.
They're trying to kill his ass.
Oh, no doubt.
What's his name?
Snowden?
No, not Snowden.
Oh.
Fucking A.
Assange.
Yeah.
Whatever, however you say it.
I can't remember. I'm sure this is
Julian Assange.
Yeah. My man. That's a tight name, dude. That sounds like the villain from a XXX movie.
That's a James Bond villain if I've ever seen.
All right. Is it possible that the original what time is it? 9:05. Okay. Stratford email was misstating the facts about the Super Bowl viewing party? It never said that. It said private party. Hosted by President Obama. So where are they getting their information?
Wherever the hell they want to. Just coming up with it.
Hey, remember what I was telling you about the conspiracy theories and everything kind of... You know who owns Snopes?
I actually do not. Soros. Of course.
Soros. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. Oh my God. All right, so I brought up these headlines. This is big. All right, so Bill Gates. What's your views, man? We'll close with Bill Gates.
Oh, man. Bill Gates, for the longest time, I thought was one of the greatest men on earth. And then all of a sudden, the older I got, the more I looked into his life, the more I looked into the story.
Yeah, you can wear your Mr. Rogers sweater all day for me, bro, but you're still not fooling me.
No,
you creepy son of a bitch.
I will go out on a limb and say any family that's been involved with the Rockefellers, you're corrupt as shit.
Did you know that before I showed you that?
No. Oh, yeah.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until a few weeks ago because no one really brings up before Microsoft.
Right. And I was reading, there was something on the Council on Foreign Relations, and it's all about how the Rockefellers pretty much run that too. And it popped up to the idea that, well, they had money involved in Microsoft. They had money involved in Gates' life and his dad's life.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So
his dad worked for Planned Parenthood before what's Roe v. Wade? What's it called? Roe v. Wade, whatever.
Roe v. Wade.
Yeah. And then his mom was in charge of the Federal Reserve in Seattle.
Right.
Then was the VP of American Red Cross or something. And, and then his dad, there's a picture of him with Rockefeller and all them. I'm like, Jesus, I didn't realize he came from that.
Yeah, they're all tied up, man. It's crazy. This whole cabal of rich, affluent CEOs, and
it's all meshing together.
Absolutely.
You get the Bohemian Grove and Bilderberg meetings, and it's crazy.
Yep.
Have you seen Truth Stream Media?
I've not.
They posted right at the beginning, at the early stages of this pandemic. It's like wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. It was just like the conditioning of it, and it was crazy about like basically they were saying there's more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy how no matter what the circumstances, no matter what shitty thing happens, the end outcome always ends up being the same, fitting that narrative.
Yeah.
They had Bilderberg meetings about microchips. They've had Bilderberg meetings about certain things. Let's get into Event 21. Where it was in New York, October 18th, 2019, where they had a simulation. Guess who hosted it? Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It was the U.S. government, the CDC, and 7 other countries, government officials, and economic people. They did a simulation of a virus pandemic to see its effect on economically, socially, and health. And then out of nowhere, 3 months later, we got a damn epidemic.
Yep. And the hardest hit spot, New York
City. Guess where they met? The Rockefeller Center.
Yep. it's
coincidence.
all tied together,
Just
man.
a coincidence, man.
I swear.
Like I said, dude, I look into every conspiracy theories. Like I said, reptilians, looked into it. Flat Earth, looked into it. It was intriguing at first, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Right.
I'm like, oh, what about satellites?
They're just floating out somewhere.
Because they're like, oh, well, they buried wires in the ocean. Okay, what about the imagery? I see my truck, dude. But they use mirrors, man.
Oh, God.
I don't know. But biblically speaking, it's flat.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Which, I don't know. I've never seen the Earth, so I can't really tell you.
No, you got to go based off the media.
I play ignorant. Like I semi make fun of them, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I can't confirm nor deny. So.
Right.
That'd be crazy if it was square. We're all wrong. We're all in this big game of Minecraft.
Just on a cruise one day, and the damn thing just falls off somewhere.
What do you think about the theory of 2012? The world really did end, and we're living in a simulation.
Behind the face masks, 2 stressed out Russian doctors.
You know, the simulation.
Behind the face masks.
It actually could make sense with all the just absolute crazy shit that's falling down.
Weird shit going on.
I mean, it's like we're living in like the Truman Show.
Oh wait! Oh, we got a call. Hey, thanks for calling. Make sure you have the volume down. What's up?
Volume's down. How you doing, hairy legs?
What's up, dude? I got hairy legs. What you listen about? What you want to talk about, bro? I know you got a lot to say.
I got a lot to say, man, but we're gonna I just started tuning in, so I don't know what y'all guys have covered. You're probably about ready to wrap it up, but let's talk about the possibility of Obama going to prison.
Hey, we brought that up. I was talking about me jizzing myself. I basically said like all these Q people. So like, okay, let's say Trump does get reelected and nothing happens. Like, what? How many people are going to be like, what? Wait a minute. Which is probably more likely what's going to happen. But I was like, I will be happy though if they get 1-2 arrests. Now, I said, if Obama gets arrested, I will jizz in my panties.
They will get 1 or 2.
Well,
but it is not going to be any big name people.
No.
It's going to be some poor secretary of a secretary that was involved.
But he pulled all the strings, dude.
The speculation is that names are coming out in the next 2 to 3 days.
All the names are out there, brother.
They're not done with these the document dumps.
It's going to take down that entire administration before it's
it's coming. Biden's coming. He's coming. They need a reason to replace his ass.
So on that train of thought with the whole Obamagate and him having, I guess it was, it's been trending on Twitter and whatnot. You can go on there, and of course they're launching the counterattack. Have you looked into the new initiative that is being launched? And the head of it is General Stanley McChrystal, ex-General Stanley McChrystal. It's a misinformation campaign using artificial intelligence that was funded by DARPA and funded by our Department of, what would that be, Department of Defense, to counterattack Trump's COVID-19 response narrative that are being put out by, I guess you could say, the right or the Republicans or the people who follow him.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Have you read that article, or have you looked at it or seen it?
What do you mean? What do you mean to combat it? Like what? How could they do that? We're witnessing it happen.
Well, yes. I guess since they lost the whole narrative somewhere along the way, the left did. I guess them losing the narrative somewhere along the way in the mainstream media, and them realizing, hey, this is going to fail. We're not going to do it. They're going to have to now use social media to funnel the left's agenda. And I mean, that's basically what I read of it. They used COVID-19 and how Trump's response to COVID-19 and all of the people on all social platforms, Twitter, Facebook, everything. They're going to try to discredit everything that he has said or put out.
This started today. Twitter, if you look up the trending page on Twitter, all right, they talk about Trumpgate. It has like 75,000 people talking about it. And then you talk about Obamagate, it's got like 2 million people talking about it. And it is way down the list on the trending subjects when Trumpgate's like number 2. And it's got, 2 million less people talking about it.
And see, I guess that's really and honestly what it boils down to. But I don't understand how they can. I just think that the COVID-19 thing, them using, we're going to counter Trump's people's response to COVID-19 and all the misinformation that he's put out, and we're going to really pound them hard on it. And what we're going to do is, I want to say it was something like 13.4 million people that this misinformation campaign, or to combat misinformation, they were going to start using these people, and they were going to even pay people that had a big following to push a different narrative than what Trump's been pushing.
Did you see?
So if they're going to do that, if they're going to use that, they're going to do that and use COVID-19 as the pretext of it. I mean, just imagine what they're going to do after that when that don't work.
COVID-19 is going to be their political platform all the way up to November. I mean, they're going to use that against
that's Trump's only thing,
right?
The economy,
right? And so he built the greatest economy we've seen since the Depression.
By God.
And all of a sudden, that's become the biggest political swing. But I mean, you're probably right. The left has been influencing people of fame for a long time. And Josh's boy Soros has
my man
bought people to go out and rally against the Republicans and rally against guns and the Second Amendment and all this stuff. So it really would not surprise me if that's something that a left-wing administration had started.
And speaking of Soros and riots and stuff, what about the shooting in Georgia?
Georgia? You talking about the jogger?
Yeah. Basically, I guess
I think it was excessive, but I honestly don't think he was jogging.
No,
he was sprinting down the street.
We've seen a lot of things like this in the past, and weeks later, you get the full story that gets released. I think it was maybe yesterday they released a video of him like walking through some houses being built. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Hell, I did that before I bought a house.
Yeah, but he was not jogging. He was wearing khakis.
Right. Then that's what I was about to get to. The one video you see, he's wearing khakis. He charges a guy that tells him to stop. Tries to disarm a guy with a shotgun.
Let's say that the response for the other people, barring him murdering their wives or children or something, was a little excessive.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But to say he was just minding his own business, jogging, I think is far fetched.
Yeah, a lot of these shootings we've seen. The first narrative that's always thrown out there is it's a completely innocent man minding his own business.
I want you to show me a footage of, and like I said, I'm not I guess belittling or giving credit to anyone that doesn't do, but show me footage of one of these police brutality, wrongful shootings of the person getting shot cooperating with the police officer, and I will say you're completely right.
Yeah, I agree.
There might be one.
Yeah, I agree.
And I am all for it.
Yep.
Like Juno. You know Juno.
Yeah.
I've seen his ass get tackled. He's a white guy. I've seen his ass get tackled into a bush by a police officer. Why? Because he was being a smart ass.
Yep. It happens.
It's crazy what a yes sir, no sir will do to you.
Exactly. Yeah, that was the way it went down was way too excessive.
Exactly. How many times have you seen here's the narrative. Let's spin it up. Cops coming. Let me see some identification. I don't have to show you shit.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
The internet tells me I don't have to answer questions.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Guess what, bro? Why don't you read the terms and agreements on your license?
Yep.
You signed that right off.
Well,
found that off.
Well, let me ask you guys this because I feel sure I pretty much know the answer, and I'll let y'all go. But so do you think that this is another attempt at the mainstream media to spin a story to create another divide with the race in the upcoming election?
Yes, I remember what I was going to say. I was going to say something, but I got sidetracked. But yes, I totally think so. Did you see? Okay. I think was it 27 people that Facebook put in charge for misinformation and stuff like that?
Yeah.
To handle the Trump stuff?
Oh, yeah.
And like a few of them were on his impeachment trial.
Right.
I'm like,
it's 100% fair.
That's unbiased. We just want and then they had that woman coming out saying, we're all from different parts of the planet, different points of view. No, you're not.
No, look, they're going to politicize anything they can at this point because
that's like John Lemon saying he's not a Democrat.
Right, and their candidate doesn't stand a chance in hell. That's if he makes it all the way to the election. All right, so they're going to politicize absolutely anything they can, and it just so happens that something like this. I'm gonna
drop off, guys.
All right, hey, thanks for calling, dude. Call back next time. All right, bro.
All right, bud.
See you.
Bye.
All right, where's this mic drop? Come on. All right, we're going to end with this mic drop, and we're going to go. We're going to end with this. Did we answer the question that we were talking about before we got there?
I don't even remember what the question was at that point.
Okay, now I got her name. Kaylee. Boom, boom. Maybe Savage. I want to try that. This should be it.
Second question.
The second question I have is in 2015.
Jim Clapper, who said, 10 days before he privately told investigators there was no evidence of. Well, I'm actually glad you asked that.
This is so embarrassing. All right, so UFC, we touched on it, but we never talked about the outcome. Did you watch Francis Ngannou?
I did. I was, like I told you earlier, I was going to watch absolutely anything I could at this point.
Right? How much money would it take you to be punched by Francis Ngannou?
Oh, millions. 2-3 million. I'd take one.
2-3 million?
I really would.
Shit, 20 grand. Punch me. I got hit by a train. I can handle that. You know what I'm saying?
Hell, did you see the video of Tyson?
Him? Yeah.
He said
still got it.
He'd offer somebody $30 million to get in the ring with him right now.
I'd do it.
Absolutely.
How long got it last?
Hell, I don't.
That's the catcher.
Take one hit.
You have to. But see, a lot of people they try to get all smart. Like, well, I would, if I had to make it around, I would be like, hey, I'll give you $1 million, dude.
Shit.
And I'll be like, okay, no, let me counter this. You get $30 million if you finish the round, but if Tyson finishes you in the round, he gets 50.
Oh.
Would you get in there?
Do I get anything at all if he knocks me out?
Nope.
Hell no.
He pays your medical bills.
No, not worth it. I can promise you. What is he, like 50s, late 50s? He's probably still faster than I am. I guarantee it.
He does a lot of coke. I know that. Hey, Siri. How old's Mike Tyson? 40 years old.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Ain't no way he's only 40.
He died in 1780? Wrong Mike Tyson. I don't give a shit about this guy. Here, we're going to learn about Michael Tyson, who died in 1780 at age 40, because that's clearly what we're interested in. Michael Tyson was an English angelical priest. Was he a black guy? No. Academic and artist. Nah, no one gives a shit.
I'd get in the ring with him for $30 million.
Oh, shit, yeah, dude. I love. He's my favorite. I forgot what he did. Male prostitute, wherever he was. Mike Tyson age. No, he's younger than my dad. He's 53. He was born June 30th, 1966. That's what blows your mind when you get people like that been doing it at such a young age. Okay, so now we'll finish on this. I keep dick teasing you guys about finishing, but we keep talking about stuff. 90s baseball, bro. 90s sports in general.
Yeah.
Was it just abnormally amazing? Or we just like looked at it at a different perspective?
No, the greatest decade in sports ever.
Okay, fair?
Fair. Very fair.
Think about it, though. Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Cal Ripken, Derek Jeter, A-Rod is brother, Ken Griffey Jr.
Dude, I would take a 90s squad in every sport over anybody else.
Dude, MJ.
Yeah.
Dude, Shaq.
I'd take him and Scottie Pippen over just about anybody else right now.
That's just that. NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt.
Yep.
Jeff Gordon.
Yep.
In its prime.
I'm telling you,
what other sports?
Any 90s athlete, I'd take him.
Tiger Woods? That was his prime, right? Early 2000s.
I think it was more early 2000s.
He was still in the 90s.
Yeah.
Randy Moss.
We'll count it. Yeah.
Deion Sanders. Brett Favre. John Elway.
Good T.O.
Dude. Good T.O. Dude, T.O. could still probably be dead.
Probably.
You saw he ran a 4.3 at age 40?
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Guy's just a freak athlete.
He's from Benjamin Russell.
Yep.
He's a talented receiver.
I agree. Absolutely. Let me ask you this question.
We haven't talked about football.
No, we have not. But I was still going to stick with basketball on this one.
I don't know shit about basketball.
You've been watching
Last Dance?
Yeah, you've been watching that,
I haven't
right?
seen 7-8.
7-8. Just watching all the other ones, you'll know what I'm about to ask.
Who's the GOAT?
Shit. That show right there will just pretty much tell you the absolute pathetic kind of athletes we have this day and time. It'll sit out. Like Michael Jordan's out there playing with the flu. Scottie Pippen's playing practically with a torn ACL.
Oh, yeah.
We got guys like LeBron James sits out for a hangnail.
Oh, it's what's it called? It's like throttling.
No, it's asinine. It really is.
Well, that's why I can't get into. That's why I can't get into MLB and those are two sports I just can't watch regularly. And what do they have in common? 162 games and 82 games. It's hard to take one of 82 games serious. That's why I only watch those sports in the playoffs.
Yep. Yeah.
Because that's what I love to see, the best of the best play the best.
Right. Yeah,
at their best.
You don't want to watch the best team play the worst.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. Frick it. It's Tuesday night. I don't give a shit.
Right.
My wife was being a dick, didn't suck me off last night. I don't know, like doing nothing. I got blue balls. Like it's just I just can't get behind it. But I love how, and it's a weird coincidence because we never play the Bucks first. Tom Brady goes, and they're the one person that's right next to him or above him in almost every single statistic category, other than being on teams with top 10 scoring defenses.
Yeah,
every year for 15 years, other than 2 years. Obviously, I'm a Belichick over Brady type of person. I was so hoping, and my supervisor joked around about it I was like, I so hope the Patriots get Jameis Winston and they win the Super Bowl. And he's like, no, the Saints are going to get him. I'm like, fuck you. No, they're not. They got his ass.
Yep.
I was like, son of a bitch. But nah, Saints open up against Tampa. Do you think Tampa's going to be legit, or do you think it's going to be hype train? I think they win 9-10 games.
God, it's really hard to, because I haven't watched Tampa that much in the past 2 years to know what weapons they have.
They were 9-7 last year. Or 7-9. They were 7-9.
Adding Brady gets you 2 or 3 wins on by himself.
I honestly think they're going to actually do better. I was just trying to be optimistic. Yeah, I think the Saints window's closed.
I think the kind of the low bar for Tampa is probably 9 wins, 10 wins.
Well, they added who did they add? They added another receiver. Hold on, time out. Hold my beer. So they got Mike Evans. I wish I had my producer. Hey, Brian, I need you. They got Mike Evans. What's his face? Tom Brady. Here we go. I'm talking like Biden right now, trying to multitask. They got Blaine Gabbert. What did they get? Man. They got somebody like Vaughn guy from the worst fucking website. God, come on, Josh. You're shitting the bed right now. You're shitting the bed. No pressure, no pressure, no pressure. They got a depth chart. Whatever.
Well, look, I'll tell you, Tom Brady won, was it 5 Super Bowls? 6 Super Bowls. Hell, I can't remember now.
6.
He won that with a majority crap offense around him.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Oh, how's it bullshit?
It's a scheme.
It is. It's a scheme.
Do you think it's a coincidence? Think about it. Do you think it's a coincidence? Since Brady took over for Bledsoe, he missed 19 games. Mm-hmm. You know the record without him? 15-4 or 15-6. No, 15-6. Whatever that adds up to.
It's because Matt Castle played out of his mind that one year.
No, he didn't. It's a scheme. Do you think it's a coincidence? Gronk comes out, Murderer comes in, does just as good. He goes out, Marcellus Bennett comes in, does just as good. Think it's a coincidence they found all these tiny white receivers and they just light it up?
Just love them.
They just light it up. The greatest things ever. No, they run mesh. They're well coached. The timing of routes is impeccable. They run pick plays and meshes with seams. So it's a scheme.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a firm believer, and I preach this more than anything in football. A scheme and a coach makes a quarterback just as much, or actually more than just talent.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Hell, you got plenty of examples, even in college football. Look at Mike Leach. Every quarterback that's gone to him has set passing records. It's a scheme.
It's a scheme.
You know, Oklahoma.
Here's a prime example. The only thing that changed on the LSU team, Joe Burrow was the same average bum he was before. The only thing that changed on that team was Joe Brady coming from the Saints, running the passing offense.
You're right. Yep.
The Saints, the LSU will go back to mediocrity next year. They might be a tad bit more productive than previous years because they're going to try to emulate what he brought, but it's not the same. They're running pro route trees. There's a difference.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you can't emulate once that coach is gone. You can't emulate that anymore.
Joe Brady was the key to that, and it's obvious. It's the only thing that changed.
Yeah.
The only thing that changed.
Oh God, Burrow the year before was awful. I mean, he was bad.
He went awful, but he was. Let's see. That's a good comparison for him.
I mean, you could say he went
Andy
from
Dalton, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably a good one. I mean, he went from your quote unquote game manager type,
but he ran a middle school
winning
offense.
Games.
The same reason Les Miles got kicked out.
Yeah, you toss it left and toss it right.
3rd and 13. They got a 2 tight end set, 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like, why the quarterback can't pass?
It's crazy what happens when you come to modern football.
Right? It just blows my mind. And for example, Mike McCarthy. I think if Dak or Andy, if they for some reason just hate Dak, just pay the dude. You know what I mean?
You think he's worth $40 million?
It's not 40. They're not gonna pay him 40.
No,
is that what he's asking for?
Yeah, that's what he's asking for.
Go walk. I'll pay the ginger 4.
Exactly. And then, hell, Jerry Jones ain't going to get out of the way of any coach that comes there, though.
Well, it doesn't matter. Mike McCarthy, if Dak somehow plays, he will have an amazing season. That coach, Aaron Brooks, a Pro Bowler. You remember him?
Fair point.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
He made him a Pro Bowler, my guy. He was the offensive coordinator for the Saints under Jim Haslett in 2001. He left, and the rest is history. For example, Colin Kaepernick. This is the last point, I swear. Colin Kaepernick, when he was lighting it up, putting up MVP numbers almost. Harbaugh leaves. You know who else leaves? His offensive coordinator. You know who his offensive coordinator is this year?
Jackson.
I think it's a coincidence.
No. There's no coincidences anymore.
No coincidence. I rest my case on that. I hope y'all enjoyed that non-berating you with nothing but COVID fear-mongering bullshit as usual. And like I said, if you want to feel the touch of Joe, the gentle caress of old Joe, Uncle Joe Biden, contact me. $11, I can get you a shirt. Size is running a bit small. We got to thank Casey for coming in here, talking to me. Absolutely. This might be this is officially the last ALP episode. I'll probably record more because I don't want to get rusty, because when bluntly honest media comes out, which is that's a I was trying that out. I was letting it come off the tongue. That's not set in stone. So don't quote me. But thank y'all for listening. I'm rambling. Casey, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, anytime, man.
And until then, I'll see you. Peace.